Hi, I'm Asher. I can tell you the difference between a properly made old-fashioned and the sugary mess most places serve. 5 years behind the bar at the Copper Room has taught me more about human nature than any college degree could. Another masterpiece, Asher. This is why I keep coming back. Olivia, one of my regulars, sipped the bourbon cocktail I just finished garnishing with a flamed orange peel. The secret's in the bitters and knowing when to stop. I polished a glass, watching the evening crowd fill our leather booths. The Copper Room isn't just any bar. It's where CEOs close deals and celebrities hide from paparazzi. Marcus, the owner, had taken a chance on me when I was just a barback with big dreams. "You've got real talent, kid," Marcus called from the service end. "Table 4 is asking for you specifically again." I nodded, already mixing their usual drinks from memory. That's the thing about bartending. It's not just pouring alcohol. It's remembering preferences, reading moods, and creating experiences. My father would never understand that. Speaking of the devil, tonight was the monthly family dinner at my parents' house. I dreaded it like a root canal. 3 hours later, I was seated at my mother's polished dining table, watching Victor, my father, cut into his steak with surgical precision. "So, Nathan, when can you start at the firm? I've got clients asking for you already." Victor beamed at my sister Emma's fiancé. Nathan adjusted his tie. "I'm still weighing options, sir. The offer from Berkshire is quite competitive." "Nonsense. Family business is the only sensible choice." Victor waved his fork dismissively. My mother Diana placed a hand on mine. "Asher made that cocktail you're enjoying, Victor. He created the recipe himself." Victor barely glanced at his glass. "Mixing drinks is hardly a career, Diana, not like what Nathan does." "What exactly does Nathan do again, Dad, besides exist with an MBA? I couldn't help myself. "He has prospects, Asher. Real prospects, not serving alcohol to drunks." Emma flinched. "Dad, stop. The Copper Room's clientele includes half your business associates," I pointed out. "And yet you're just the help, aren't you?" Victor snorted. "Just a bartender." The table went quiet. Diana stared at her plate. Emma looked like she wanted to disappear. After dinner, Nathan cornered me on the patio. "Your old-fashioned was incredible. I've never tasted anything like it." I shrugged. "Just a bartender, remember? Your dad's full of shit." Nathan glanced over his shoulder. "You know he expects me to save his company, right? From what I've seen in the preliminary financials, it's not looking great." "What do you mean?" "The firm's bleeding cash. He's desperate for fresh ideas, but won't admit it." Nathan leaned closer. "You've built more customer loyalty at that bar than he has in 30 years of business. I'd take bartending skills over his MBA any day." I watched through the window as Victor lectured Emma about something, his face tight with the same expression he always wore when talking about my career. But for the first time, I noticed something else there too. Fear. The next morning, Nathan texted asking to meet at the Copper Room during my shift. He showed up looking nervous, clutching his leather portfolio. "Your dad's company is worse than I thought. Look at these projections." Nathan slid spreadsheets across the bar, while I mixed a Manhattan. 3/4 of declining revenue. He's cutting corners everywhere. "What kind of corners?" I set the drink down for a customer and leaned closer. "Supplier payments delayed, employee bonuses canceled, and get this, he's been fudging client billing hours." I whistled low. "That explains why he's so desperate for you to join. He needs a fall guy. Yesterday he told me I'd be taking over the financial restructuring. Translation: I get blamed when it all goes south." 2 days later, at Sunday brunch, Victor was in rare form, writing Nathan about wedding dates and start dates at the firm. A June wedding would be perfect. Gives Nathan time to settle in at the company first. He'll be handling our biggest accounts by May. Emma glanced at Nathan, who was studying his Eggs Benedict like it contained secret codes. "Actually," Nathan cleared his throat, "I'm considering other options." Victor's fork clattered against his plate. "What other options? We had an agreement." "Nothing's been signed," Nathan said. "Is this your influence?" Victor turned to me, filling his head with nonsense about following passions like you did. "Look where that got you, glorified waiter at 40. I'm 31, Dad. Same difference, no retirement plan, no advancement, just tips from drunks." Emma touched Victor's arm. "Dad, please." "No, let Asher defend his life choices. Tell us how mixing drinks compares to building a real business." Before I could respond, my phone buzzed. It was Olivia asking if I could meet early before my shift. Perfect escape. At the bar, Olivia wasn't in her usual spot, but in Marcus's office. Sorry for the mystery. She smiled. I should introduce myself properly. Olivia Chen, managing partner at Platinum Ventures. My jaw dropped. Platinum Ventures was one of the biggest investment firms in the city. That Manhattan you've been making me for years? It's my litmus test for establishments worth investing in. Later that week, Emma stopped by the bar looking exhausted. Two of Dad's longest-serving employees quit today, called him a tyrant to his face. Not surprising. Nathan showed me some things. Questionable things Dad's been doing. I don't know what to believe anymore. I slid her a drink. Believe what you see, not what he says. Easy for you to say. You broke free. I'm still his good daughter. And I'm the disappointment mixing drinks for losers? Emma's eyes welled up. You know, I never thought that. I pulled out my phone, showing her photos Nathan had sent me. Internal memos, altered billing statements. Dad's business is imploding, Em, and he's taking Nathan down with it unless something changes. She stared at the evidence, conflict written across her face. What are you planning, Ash? Justice served with a twist. 2 weeks later, the copper room was transformed for our annual Industry Elite Mixer. Marcus had given me full control over the event this year. Your VIP list is impressive, Marcus said, surveying the reservation chart. How'd you get Westbrook Financial to commit? They're Olivia's contacts. She's bringing half of downtown's executive pool. What I didn't mention was that I'd also invited several of Victor's biggest clients. Nathan had slipped me their contact info, mentioning they were all considering jumping ship anyway. The event was in full swing when Victor walked in with Emma. His face when he spotted me behind the private bar, chatting with the CEO of Westbrook, was worth framing. What's going on here? Victor hissed, pulling me aside. Why are the Westbrooks talking to you? Because I invited them, just like I invited the Andersons and the Millers. I nodded toward his biggest accounts across the room. Victor's face paled. Those are my clients. Not exclusively. Turns out they enjoy a good old-fashioned too. Victor straightened his tie. Well, I should go say hello. As he walked away, Nathan approached with Olivia. Your father looks like he swallowed a lemon, Olivia laughed. Wait till dessert, I replied. Throughout the night, Victor attempted to steer conversations toward business, but kept getting interrupted by people asking about my cocktails. The final blow came when Robert Anderson, his oldest client, raised his glass. To Asher, the man knows more about client relationships than most MBAs I've met. Nathan seized the moment. Speaking of business sense, Asher, I've been meaning to ask your advice on something. I'm considering a career change, something more entrepreneurial. Any thoughts? The room quieted. Victor stared daggers at Nathan. You should ask Victor, I said innocently. He's the business expert. Actually, I'd value your perspective. Your approach to customer loyalty is impressive. Victor stepped forward. Nathan, this isn't the place. I disagree, Robert interjected. Asher's built quite a following here. What's your secret, son? Honesty, transparency with clients, never overcharging or misrepresenting services. I looked directly at Victor. Some businesses try cutting corners or padding hours, but clients always figure it out eventually. Robert's eyebrows shot up. Interesting you mentioned that. We've been reviewing some of our vendor invoices recently. Victor tried changing the subject, but the damage was done. By night's end, 3 of his clients were huddled with Robert, comparing notes on their bills. After the event, Olivia cornered me at the bar. That was masterful, subtle, but devastating. I learned from watching my father operate. Just use his tactics for good. I have a proposition. Olivia placed her business card on the counter. I'm looking to invest in a new upscale establishment, owner-operated, with someone who understands true hospitality. You mean? Your own place, Asher. I've seen how you work. The location on 7th Street just became available. Nathan joined us, loosening his tie. Count me in too. What about Victor's firm? After tonight, that ship is sinking with or without me. I'd rather build something honest from the ground up. Nathan extended his hand. Partners? I glanced across the room where Emma was watching us, a small smile playing on her lips. Victor was nowhere to be seen. Partners. 3 months flew by in a whirlwind of construction, permits, and planning. Our new place, Craft and Capital, was taking shape on 7th Street when Emma called me. Dad's company is imploding. The Andersons pulled their entire account yesterday. The Millers followed this morning. How's he taking it? Terribly. He fired his assistant for leaking information. He doesn't know it was Nathan who showed everyone the cooked books. 2 weeks later, Diana visited the nearly completed bar, running her fingers along the polished mahogany counter. "This is magnificent, Asher. Your grandfather would have been so proud." "Grandpa was the only one who believed in me." "That's not true. I always did. I just didn't stand up to your father enough." She pulled an envelope from her purse. "This was your grandfather's recipe book. I think it belongs here." The recipes inside were gold, pre-Prohibition cocktails with handwritten notes. I incorporated them into our opening menu. A week before our grand opening, Victor showed up at my apartment unannounced. His normally immaculate appearance was disheveled, his confidence replaced with desperation. "We need to talk business." "I'm busy. Grand opening next week." "That's actually why I'm here." Victor invited himself in. "I've had some temporary setbacks. Nothing serious." "Bankruptcy filings aren't temporary setbacks, Dad. Neither is losing every major client." Victor flinched. "You've been talking to Emma. She's my sister. I need a favor, a small investment to tide things over, or introductions to your investors." I couldn't believe his audacity. "You mean Olivia, the one who's just a drunk I serve? I was wrong about your career. I see that now." "No, you see I have something you want. There's a difference." Victor leaned forward. "I'm your father. Family helps family. Like you helped me? Just a bartender, remember? Every dinner, every holiday, every chance you got to tear me down? That was tough love. I wanted you to reach higher. No, you wanted me to be you. And look how that turned out." Victor's face hardened. "You think you're so clever. Your little bar will fail within a year. Maybe, but I'll fail honestly, not by cheating clients and throwing family under the bus. You'll regret this. The only thing I regret is wasting years seeking your approval." Opening night arrived with a line down the block. Olivia had connected us with local press, and Nathan's business plan was flawless. Emma and Diana arrived early, helping with last-minute preparations. "Victor won't be coming," Diana said quietly. "He's meeting with bankruptcy attorneys today. His choice." The night was perfect. Every table filled, the bar 3 deep with customers. Marcus came by, raising a glass in approval. Robert Anderson and other former clients of Victor's showed up, gleefully telling everyone about their smart investment switch. At midnight, Emma, Nathan, Olivia, Diana, and I gathered for a toast. "To craft and capital," Olivia said. "To family," Diana added, squeezing my hand. "To the future," I replied, noticing Victor's name flashing on my phone. I declined the call and pocketed my phone. Some connections weren't worth keeping. Was Asher justified in destroying his father's business, or did his revenge go too far? Would you have helped your father despite years of disrespect, or let him face the consequences of his own actions? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this revenge story of a bartender who turned the tables on his toxic father, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that explore family dynamics, betrayal, and sweet justice. New stories every day.